All right. So we'll start on the tournament ranking. So what you're going to see is how teams have performed across a number of tournaments. So I'll also mention that the data prior to 2023 is not 100% updated. Some segments are pretty good, but we had huge data sets to crunch, so it wasn't possible to actually process all of it. But what's important is that we actually have data for the whole of 2023, and we have data for everything that matters. So, for example, if I went and selected LCS, which has been quite interesting this year, um, you can quickly select a tournament from this year's LCS. So, say spring of 2023, and just rank teams. When you click that, it will immediately give you the ranking. Like I said before, this is done on demand. So even if we had any gaps in the data and this was updated and I got the update, then this could change for better or for worse for the teams. It depends on how they actually perform in any of those new games. So what you'll see here are how the teams performed at the LCS, specifically Spring 2023. Cloud9, of course, was a favorite and came on top. So they are ranked number one against all the other teams. So this is just one example. If we wanted to look at another interesting one, we would say select summer of 2023, click rank teams, then you'll actually see um, something else that I thought was quite interesting that other people think is, uh, just a testament of, you know, what I actually consider to be good work. A team that surprised anybody, NRG, came, if I'd call it, out of nowhere and played really well. Uh, but I would say they were super lucky, even though from what we can see here, there's data to support their performance. So, but it's not just enough to actually see these specific things. Um, there are some metrics that will be shown here, and these metrics are just for you to quickly understand what was used to compute the LOL Pi score. We know for NRG, they actually participated in 21 games. Um, and, in spite of that, they lost about 18 games. I mean, um, if you look at the likes of Cloud9, which also participated in 21 games and lost only 8 games, you'd wonder why Cloud9 is not at the top. But, you know, there are other metrics to consider. For energy, if you click this button for notes, you'll see some other interesting data, which is that they actually beat a good number of the top teams, including Cloud9. In fact, for Cloud9, I'd say um, a really good number of times. So for a team that would have been considered, say, an underdog in this competition, they actually were able to perform relatively well against teams that are really decent. So that's why you'd actually see them ranked at the top. But that does not tell the entire story. If you dive deep into the metrics that were actually considered, including player performance, which is tracked by what I call the player impact, then you'll actually see that the team performed really well and surprised everybody. So the next section we're going to look at is going to be global ranking. And for global ranking, I'll just tell everybody uh, right away that since we're looking at all the teams, there is quite a lot to see and generate. So it may take a little bit of time in between generating this data. But regardless, um, let's dive into it.